Welcome to Cage Cat, and this is the final video in our Plants vs. Zombies future game concept series. This is actually the fourth video. The first video we're talking about two random concepts in each video. The second one, most of them got mainly cut off because there wasn't enough time really for them. So this video is going to kind of go over a lot of the concepts and talk about them in more detail. Before I do that, I have to mention something. One, the Roblox icon just launched, and I thought events were removed from Roblox, which means, some new videos on that. So, also, if you watched my last video, you can know this, but if you didn't, and you're watching this from the second one, if you saw the first video of the series, I called the concept for Plants vs. Zombies, what was it called again? Plants vs. Zombies, story mode, which is my idea for Plants vs. Zombies for the first video. And I decided to make a different idea for Plants vs. Zombies 4, which is called Plants vs. Zombies Space, otherwise known as Plants vs. Zombies 4. So it'll probably be more likely to be in my third video, just so you know. Oh yeah, and another thing, just to forget you guys, if you're watching this from Plants vs. Zombies and not just watching this because you like my channel, you guys should actually try Roblox if you're like a Plants vs. Zombies player that likes competitive tower defense games or just likes them in general, and you're kind of sick of having the mod Plants vs. Zombies 2 to actually get a challenge on 1. And you know what I mean, right? There's just isn't competitive Plants vs. Zombies tower defense games anymore. And the original is just kind of becoming easy for people because it's been out for 10 years. People know all the strategies. There's actually a lot of Roblox tower defense games that are really competitive and they're free because it's on Roblox. But you can buy stuff in the game, but that's how Roblox games make their money. But still, I'll just go tell you the names of a few of them. Tower Battles, Tower Defense Simulator, Evolution Invade, Cube Defense, and A for Russia. Some of the better ones that I like. You can find videos on all those games on this channel. But yeah, so why don't you go watch those, or even watch my Balloon 6 videos, if you're into tower defense games like me, or even, Plants vs. Zombies is a tower defense game. Sorry, I had to do that plug. Is it going to be seriously be another 3-minute long intro like the last few videos? Oh yeah. So before we start talking about updates for some of the concepts, so this video is meant to be I mentioned tons of Plants vs. Zombies concepts in the last 3 videos. This video is going to add more details to that. But first, I mentioned the first video I wanted to do there's a Plants vs. Zombies timeline, a theorized one. I'm going to add all of the new games that weren't on that timeline because it's actually made by someone else. But they don't have PVZ3R, PVZ Hero, Plants vs. Zombies 3 and Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville on that timeline because that's how old the video is. And I'm going to add my games that I made for my game concept. So it starts with my original concept of Plants vs. Zombies 4, Plants vs. Zombies story mode, and all the stuff happens there, which leads into Plants vs. Zombies Adventures, which is a Facebook game that got shut down by EA because just no one really played it and it doesn't make money, and so it couldn't really stay up. It was actually costing them money to keep up or something. And then Plants vs. Zombies 1 would happen, and then right out in the original timeline, because different timelines, and then which characters actually travel between them, but because of Plants vs. Zombies 2 timeline, it kind of made different timelines. Then after Plants vs. Zombies 1, right after that, the next day, out on the zombies, are doing their party, it's nighttime, then day again, after you beat Zomboss. Zombies are added again, and that's in the beginning of PVZ 2 would happen, and then you time travel and not leaving the guy from PVZ 1 behind, which is when PVZ Last Stand, which is my first game, the second game concept would happen. I really want to go in more detail about that game. After PVZ 2, you go Garden Warfare 1 happening in the 1 timeline, and then Garden Warfare 2, and then Battle for Neighborville. In the top timeline, you have Plants vs. Zombies 3, and then Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. Well, actually, here's an idea. So, to change up this up a little bit, this part, before Plants vs. Zombies 3 would be Plants vs. Zombies Space, and it happens in between Garden Warfare 1 and 2, where Dave gets stuck through space and eventually gets sent to a different dimension in time, where Plants vs. Zombies 3 and Plants vs. Zombies Heroes would happen, and Garden Warfare 2 happens in the other timeline while Dave's gone, and he eventually gets back for a battle for Neighborville. And that means the time that Plants vs. Zombies, the concept for Plants vs. Zombies 5 would happen, and then the concept for Plants vs. Zombies AR will be when they basically start tapping in other timelines, but they can't really affect it, which also be when my Plants vs. Zombies Star Wars video, concept would happen. Another thing to mention is in my last video I had a really dry mouth, so I was trying to say planet, I was saying plants, so that was just a thing to mention. But yeah. So the first thing I want to mention about Plants vs. Zombies Last Stand is if you watch my second video in the series, which is actually most viewed, you would know about my idea for Plants vs. Zombies augmented reality, or AR. And I mentioned a major part of that video, and I was talking about a breeding mechanic. And Plants vs. Zombies Last Stand was mentioned in the video before that. I didn't want to get to explain this, but the breeding mechanic of Plants vs. Zombies AR would be in the same game. It would also be in Plants vs. Zombies Last Stand. So that's how you get more Plants vs. Zombies Last Stand. You can either find them, or find them planted around, or find seed packets, or breed them. And the breeding mechanic could be identical to my idea for Plants vs. Zombies augmented reality. So yeah, go watch. Go watch. You should. If by this point, you should probably watch the last 3 videos in the series. But yeah. That's one mechanic I forgot to mention. For instance, AR, you can also collect resources, craft, and build like a base. Show them the basic parts of the game. You're trying to get a base together and play. You can also play multiplayer with friends, so you can join each other's islands. Because you're stuck on the island, so you're actually limited at how far you can go out. But it's a pretty big island. It's bigger than the Animal Crossing New Horizons island, and it's a pretty big island. Though it's not as big as Minecraft as a world, because Minecraft's massive. It's more similar to one of the largest world sizes on the console versions of Minecraft, before they became Bedrock Edition. It's kind of similar to that world size, like the largest you could get on like Xbox One Edition, or like before it became like a Bedrock Edition world. That's how big the world is, more around size-wise, if that makes sense. It's like it's 12 miles, around 12 miles longish. Well, though some of the there's about a whole ring around the map, which is the 12, like you know what I mean, right? It's like a grid shape. Or it's basically almost all water besides for a little bit of ground. So, yeah, it's about the size of the old Minecraft worlds. Oh, yeah, if you didn't mention that, I'm also reusing background footage. So if you watch my last video, I cut off the beginning, 2 videos ago, I used the same gameplay, but I cut off the beginning of it. And so I actually, showed more of the beginning in this clip. And the last video I played some the roof levels. I brought back. Anyway, I cut off up till zombies started showing up. I think I got my 7 rows out, and that's where I cut to on that. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah. The next game I really want to talk about is Plants vs. Zombies 5, which is in the, my second game concept video, which is probably my best 2 concepts. But Plants vs. Zombies 5 is designed to be like where like the reality is just collapsing in on itself. So you can see backgrounds from any tower defense Plants vs. Zombies game. You can see stuff from Plants vs. Zombies 1, 2, and 3. But of course, 1 and 2 stuff will be turned into 3D backgrounds. You get, and become much more higher quality, as well as the Plants vs. Zombies 3 stuff will become higher quality. You can see the Plants vs. Zombies space backgrounds and the Plants vs. Zombies story mode backgrounds. And also maybe even the Plants vs. Zombies Star Wars backgrounds. Now, to illustrate this, if you saw my Plants vs. Zombies Star Wars backgrounds and my Plants vs. Which is my last video, you heard that idea, or if you saw, the first video, and you heard my Plants vs. Zombies 4 idea. Well, in that video, it's called Plants vs. Zombies Story Mode now. I decided to rename it in the last video. But yeah. So if you saw those 2 ideas, those are the kind of idea for a more competitive Plants vs. Zombies games that are spin-off titles. So yeah, I actually kind of want to see some more Plants vs. Zombies tower defense style games that are spin-off games that play like Plants vs. Zombies 1 or 2 does. And I'd like to see them as spin-off games, on top of them being similar to the main series ones, but they're smaller, like Plants vs. Zombies story mode, or longer, like Plants vs. Zombies Star Wars. So it's at the point, but I don't care. I just want to see a lot of Plants vs. Zombies spin-off games. They'll be tower defense, but they aren't the main game getting made. So they're gonna be like, it'll be kind of cool. It'll be like a story-based tower defense Plants vs. Zombies game, which would be cool. If you don't know tower defense is, it's a video game genre. That's the genre that Plants vs. Zombies 1 and 2 and 3 are all in. You're seeing a gameplay of tower defense game in the background right now, if you are wondering. But yeah. So mentioning all that, that's all out of the way, So let's talk about more about Plants vs. Zombies 5. So there'll actually be some new backgrounds too, if that makes sense. There'll be tons of new backgrounds. Like, I'm not joking, tons of them. And I'll kind of look at Plants vs. Zombies 2's mod, the Plants vs. Zombies 2 mod play clips, or like you go back and forth between worlds. So you're swapping between backgrounds basically every level, and like going through time and space and reality basically, swapping from background to background. And also rifts are likely to appear different zombies, so you're likely to see zombies from different time eras show up in this game. Yeah, but that's kind of cool how it is. And one feature I like, my mic just unplugged when I was recording that, so yeah. But yeah, anyway, my mic got unplugged when I was walking around, and it kind of got snagged and something unplugged. But yeah. Anyways, so some of the feature ideas. One of the features I like from Plants vs. Zombies 2, just as I was getting at, is how there's this, on Plants vs. Zombies 2, there's a what's it called, versus mode, where you kind of get more points for another person. That's probably the main features of free. It's like built into all the levels. I would like to see that in all the levels too, and maybe get different plants depending on how many points you get. And so I think plant speeds will be back in PvZ 5 just because, that's how EA makes money and PopCap makes money. But I'd also like to see, more stuff too. Like, I mentioned that there was. But yeah, more than just that, like, I also want more ways to upgrade plants, like making variants and stuff of them. And I'd also like to see, on top of more variations of plants and stuff in the game, I like to see all the plants, all the games that can be have backgrounds in it, all those plants be in this game. And this old summer camp could be brought back in Plants vs. Zombies 5, like I kind of mentioned in the second video. But yeah, on top of all that, top of all those features, what would be cool is what if you could transfer all your plants from all the previous Plants vs. Zombies games that have backgrounds in this game, or you can literally transfer all the data from all those games over to this game. Should be really cool. So you literally transfer all of your data from Plants vs. Zombies 1, 2, 3, space, and space, and what's the last one I mentioned? Story mode. All can be brought into this game. All of your plants would show up. So some of them have variations, and your levels would kind of like combine with all the other levels you've had for the plant. And instead of you have the same plant, Plants vs. Zombies 2 and 3 and has levels, you get levels on them. And if you got Plants vs. Zombies 1, you'd also get more levels. So one of the feature ideas I have for, more plant modifications would be this. So what if those, like, Plants vs. Zombies 2's mod Eclipse, which I mentioned a lot in the last few videos, has a feature where you can promote plants or demote them, and there's more like 3 different versions of the plant, and each has advantages and disadvantages. Like, one might be more expensive, but does more damage, or one might be weaker and does less damage. But yeah, you can see something like that. Like, the highest level feature can discuss like 450, but then there's like insta kills normal zombies, so you have to realize how overpowered some of that stuff can be. And here comes a Bungie rainy in the background video, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Sorry, I'm still watching the background a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, another feature thing, so PvZ 5 will be kind of interesting. I haven't really talked too much about Plants vs. Zombies Star Wars, but basically kind of like Plants vs. Zombies Space, but just Star Wars based theme levels. But I'd like to see more franchise crossovers of Plants vs. Zombies, which would be kind of cool. Or even more spin-off games that aren't franchise crossovers. But yeah, I'd like to see Plants vs. Zombies Star Wars even put in the Plants vs. Zombies 5 if EA could do that. It would be really cool. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the Cage account on YouTube. And you should join my Discord server. The link is through my Roblox, the service through my Roblox group. I'll actually I'll put a link in the comments if I didn't make all my videos are made for kids. But I do plan on setting my videos made for kids because I want because the cop just related the ads and stuff, and I don't have any ads in my video, so I could easily just set all my videos, all my newer videos not made for kids, and then so I'll have comments and stuff. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to the Cage account on YouTube, and peace.